Hello YouTube family. Yes it is your boy Rosie, your soon to be #1 YouTube host. Today we're going to try my #1 nemesis, a brisket. I've tried briskets dozens of times and every freaking time I fail. So I went on YouTube, I looked at all the best, the black belts of brisket, so to speak. I took what I thought was the best from each video. I combined them, kind of made them my own, and today we're gonna give it one last attempt. But I think this time we're gonna succeed. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back to get started. All right, family. The first thing we're gonna do is our injection. Some of the black belts did not inject their brisket. By the way, this is about a 2.5 pound brisket. I got a small one. It's already trimmed. It has a little fat cap on the back, but I don't worry about that. I'm from the hood, and where we were, we didn't waste anything. So I believe that's gonna be okay. I don't think that's enough to worry about. It's not even a 1/4 inch thick. So, like I said, all the greats, most of them injected. So what we're gonna do is, if you've seen it in my previous videos, you know I like mason jars. So we're gonna take the ingredients and we're gonna pour them into a mason jar. So the first thing we got is our beef. I couldn't find beef broth at the Dollar Tree, so I got beef flavored broth. Whoa. So we're gonna do, and this is probably gonna be enough for 3 or 4 briskets. What I'm gonna do is when I finish with this, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and save it for my next brisket. So that's about 2 cups of chicken flavored broth. Next, one of my other go-to seasonings is the Dales. I love the freaking Dales. I discovered that when I was at my nephew's funeral up in Ohio. One of his cousins, she uses Dale religiously. So we're gonna put a couple of teaspoons of Dale. It has a smoky flavor in it. It's perfect for this. Next, we're gonna put a dash hot sauce to give it just a little bit of kick. You can use whatever hot sauce you like. I'm here in Westlake, Louisiana, so of course I'm using the Louisiana hot sauce. Next, let's go with a dash of smoked paprika. I would say probably about a teaspoonful. Ooh. Next, we're gonna go with a dash of Tony Satcheries. And my latest find, lemons. My daughter recently moved into a home that they inherited from an older relative, and there's a lemon tree in the neighbor's house, and about half the tree hangs over into her yard, so we get all the free lemons we want. So I will be using lemons for my fish, because I like to dress my fish on lemons to keep them directly off of the surface of whatever they're cooking on. So you'll be seeing me using fresh lemons from now on. So we're gonna squeeze a little fresh lemon juice in there. And if you're using fresh lemons, don't worry about a couple of seeds dropping in. It'll be all right. And that's the only thing I worry about storing this for a long period of time. Lemon juice, fresh lemon juice tends to kind of sour. At least it does in lemonade. So I'm not sure that it'll sour in this mix or not. See, when you're done with this, put the cap back on and stick this. just simply put this in the refrigerator. Alright, my new injection tooth is a bit windy out here, so you're going to see leaves and stuff flying around, but don't worry about that. We're going to take our new injector, and I'm using the one with the holes in it. I also have the one with the big spout in the end, so if this one doesn't work, we'll use this one. So spray a little bit of that marinade all over. Now, this is the first time I use this rub. This is a rub by Weber. Y'all know I like Weber, because that's how my Big Easy is made by Weber. My Big Easy oilless turkey fryer. Hope I can get this off with gloves on. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And also, that injection is going to work as a binder. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's pour a little bit more of this Dale's on the outside, and that makes the perfect binder. Oh, I got a surprise for y'all too. Everybody's always talking about the crust and the bark. To be honest with you, when I eat a brisket, I like a little bark, but I don't like that thick bark I see on all the black belts channel. I'm not a huge fan of a thick bark, whether it be a brisket or a dog. Speaking of dogs, Fitzgerald ain't come out here today, and he's been, I know he smells this, but I think he's asleep upstairs with his mommy. Because y'all know in my previous video, as soon as Fitz smells some doggone meat, he's out here and he's on it. Alright, so fam, we got this thing all done up. We're going to let it sit here, rest for about, I'm going to do about a half hour. Most of the pros do about an hour. I'm going to let it sit here and rest for about an hour. I'm going to cover it up with some aluminum foil. We're going to come back in about an hour, and we're going to throw this puppy on the pit. And right now that pit's at about, oh yeah, she's holding at a smooth 200. And we're gonna let that thing stay on the pit. Oh, and here's my surprise. And while I'm waiting, bow, I got this from Lowe's yesterday. I think it's 50 bucks. My first time ever owning a professional type thermometer. This thing is, like I said, it's made by Weber, and it's Bluetooth. So once I put it in, I'm gonna hook the app up to my phone, and then I can sit in the living room, sit in my back room, smoke me a cigar, whatever the case may be, outside of course, and I can watch and monitor my whatever I'm cooking from the comfort of my phone. Ain't technology grand? All right, family, we're gonna let this thing rest for about a half hour. We'll be right back. All right, fam. Let's go ahead and get this brisket on the grill. As you can see, I've been playing with my Weber thermometer for about the last 5 minutes, and I haven't got it connected yet. So when all else fails, read the direction. So I'm gonna take this brisket, my hands are clean, and we're gonna put it right next to the firebox, and we're gonna put it with the fat cap up. Now we're gonna leave this thing go for about probably 4 or 5 hours. It's a 2.5 pounder. It's not going to take 10 or 12 hours to cook, but it probably will take 8 hours or so. So at about 4 hours, Well, here shortly, I'm gonna get my thermometer fixed, set up. We're gonna put the probe in, and we're gonna let this thing go for about 4 or 5 hours, and we'll be right back. So I'll see y'all in about 4 hours. All right, fam. My brisket has been on for about 3 hours. As you can see, I got this thing holding at a steady 200 degrees. I got my vent about 2/3 closed. I got this side about the same. So she's looking good. So let's take a look at her. I believe that's what she's supposed to look like. Now it looks juicy, but all the big boys do a little bit of spritzing. So I'm gonna spritz this thing. If I can get this to spritz. I'm gonna spritz that with just a little bit of water. Just for moisture. All right. So right now my internal temperature on my probe, you see my probe sitting there. I don't know if you can read that, but on my phone it's saying it's about 155 degrees internally, and so she's about at the stall, they call it, about 160 degrees. When it gets to 160 degrees, we're going to wrap this thing in aluminum foil, put it back on, stick the probe back in, and when she gets to about 200 degrees, we're going to pull it off and call it supper. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back. All right, fam. If you can see that, my new Weber thermometer, we're at 169 degrees. So we reached the wrapping point. The stall point, they say, is around 160 degrees, but I've been feeding that fire, keeping it constant at 200, 225 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead, shut that down. We're gonna put our gloves on. We're gonna pull the brisket off. We're gonna wrap it in some aluminum foil, and then we're gonna wait for it to reach 200 degrees. All right, let's go ahead and pull our probe, and that baby is looking good. We're gonna hang our probe right here for now. We're gonna pull our little baby brisket off. They're right here. Put these right here for right now. Well, could have had my aluminum foil already out. My first time reaching this point in brisket cooking, so I'm getting a little anxious. We'll wrap that. Wrap that. All right, we're gonna put it back in her spot. We're gonna put the probe back in. We'll close this down. And we'll wait for 200 degrees. So we'll see you whenever that is. A couple of hours, couple of 2-3 hours, a couple of 4 hours. So whenever that happens, whenever we reach, she got to come back up to temperature. One thing I forgot to mention too, when I spritzed that thing earlier, my temperature dropped about 5 degrees, which that is, I put room temperature water and I spritzed it, so it had to come back up. It had plenty of moisture on it, so I went ahead and I didn't spritz it anymore. I don't know if that's gonna be a plus or minus. We'll see when this whole thing is over. So give us a couple of hours and y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. Test. She rested for about a half hour. See, we slice this thing thin. If my mother-in-law has a good knife.
Here, I got a better knife.
Don't put me on your video talking about my stuff.
Stuff gonna make my, it's hot. Make my brisket turn out bad.
We should have had some French bread over here.
All right.
To make the po' boys with.
And what they look like on the inside? They got the smoke ring, just like it's supposed to. Now the only thing is the taste test.
Well, let me get you another knife.
All right.
Here, stop the
That was
video.
good.
Now say how good my mama's knife is on this one.
All right.
Is it taping, Daddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You got a good knife, huh?
Got a good knife.
There you go.
She is hot. All
How long
right.
did you cook it, Rose?
She cooked for 5 hours.
Oh.
You can give us a taste test? Uh-oh, it's time for the taste test.
See what she tastes like.
Pretty good, Daddy?
Not bad.
Okay.
Your turn.
Thank you.
Right of it.
I can't see it. Mmm.
Take a sister bite.
All right.
Your mom.
This might make me go back on my low carb diet.
Hot, sis.
Don't record.
This is for him. Oh, she refused to be recorded. Here, Mommy. Here, Mommy. You got your teeth in? Good flavor, Daddy.
Well, family, there you have it. Our first successful brisket. If you like this video, give her a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give her a thumbs down and a brief reason why in the comment section. If you like what we're doing here, this and that, consider becoming a subscriber. And if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we drop one of those awesome videos. Yes, it is your boy Rosie. Y'all have a good day, a good week, and a wonderful 2020. Peace.